Well, joining us now is the Managing Director of Nigerian Gas Company Limited, Seyi Omotowa. Good to see you and thanks for your time. I think the most exciting one is how Georgina ended talking about the power sector. Perhaps before we get there, let's talk about this project. Over $1 billion spent already. How much more are we likely to spend before we see that gift to Nigerians?
So the AKK project was awarded in 2 contracts, and the overall cost is about $2.5 billion
Dollars
in two sets of contractors. So we have paid over $1.1 billion US dollars at the moment. So the AKK comprises of the 40-inch by 614 kilometers mainline section. And it also has 4 terminal gas stations. Some of those gas stations are to go to supply the power plants that are along the corridor of AKK. And also we have block valve stations along the pipeline and also intermediate pigging stations, 2 of them. So it's a very massive project.
Yes, indeed. I mean, when you spend $1.1 billion and still another 1.4 expected to be spent. But I'm sure as soon as we mentioned that figure, Nigerians began to calculate in terms of Naira. Would you say that the 1.1 billion that's been spent so far on 70%, is worth it considering the level of completion? And why the remaining 30%, you're going to be spending more than what you've spent on 70%. Okay. What exactly does this 30% consist of?
Okay, so the 70% is the mainline section. That's the pipeline itself. And just like I said, there are other aspects of the project, the stations, which we are facing the project at the moment. So that will focus on the mainline, which is to deliver the gas quickly. The power plants are coming at a different pace, so we are facing those at a later time beyond where we finish the main line. So when you look at it in overall, plus the stations and the main line, we're about 50% in total.
50%, not 70%, because we need to
add. So if you add all the stations and everything, you'll be talking that. But if you're talking the main line, which is the focus we are now, at 70%. Okay.
Right. So how much of a game changer, really, will this be for Nigeria's economy? Which sectors? I mean, we heard in that report the power sector will be impacted greatly. But which sectors mainly will benefit from this gas AKK project?
So you'll see a lot of benefits in terms of the gas-based industries that will spring up along the corridor in terms of fertilizer, cement, all kinds of processing facilities that need gas to enable their power, and also as feedstock to the fertilizing plants. The textile mills in the north will come up more. So there's going to be a lot of employment benefits that this project will bring, both on the project and the knock-on effects in terms of the additional industries that will spring up along the corridor of the pipeline.
You know, no doubt, Mr. Omotowa, the good, the enormous listening to you. But again, are there fears, you nurse or your team, knowing full well that we always have the issues of vandalism that you need to deal with? This is a big project that shouldn't be given to any kind of vandal to touch.
So in terms of gas pipeline, is less susceptible than oil pipeline. It's at a high pressure, so you'll be knocking into danger to go and tap a gas pipeline. And you won't really see the immediate benefit like crude oil that you see a product that you're taking. And also, in terms of the security challenges that we are facing at the moment, we're spending enormous amount of energy and expenses also to get military support and all that to get the project going along the corridor.
I really hate to cut you here because I know that it's human nature. Sometimes you don't understand it. We've also seen people who don't place some kind of value on their lives,
Who will still make the attempt.
Still make that attempt. So, and we also know that your office has this relationship with communities. Have you started speaking with these community liaison officers by sensitizing them to things that this thing coming is for the benefit of not just your community but everyone, and also keep watch for us?
Definitely. So we do that. We sensitize even on our existing infrastructure. A lot of sensitization is done to know the impact of this willful sabotage on gas pipeline. And also we engage them in surveillance on those pipeline systems so that they see that there's a benefit for them in ensuring that the pipelines are well looked at. So in the overall, they see that they're part of getting the business going and also assuring the energy security for the country.
Well, we heard Mele Kerry say there that in spite of the absence of third-party financing, that the project has gone on. And I'm wondering, is this a plus or a minus for the project? And when it's 100% completed, in spite of the lack of foreign or third-party financing, will it still be open to some kind of foreign financing in any way or form?
No, so AKK project started conceptually being an EPC and a contractor financing project.
Right.
But along the line, those finances didn't come, so it's converted to a full EPC contract. And so that's why you see that initially it was supposed to be 85% funded, 15% funded by NNPC. But up to now, we have been funding it. And we've taken almost close to 50%, as it were, in terms of payment. And just like the GCO said, with the new NNPC, we are funding within ourselves to ensure that that project comes alive, irrespective of the third-party financing. So
but
it's
any
very
challenges
critical.
at all? I mean, has it in any way affected the expected date of delivery?
Not at all at the moment. So we are still moving on since 2020, when the Mr. President flagged off in June of 2020. We've kept on going on the project. We've not delayed on any payments. Work has been ongoing on AKK.
No, I think what Ngozi is asking is if you have a guess, at what point are we looking at delivery?
So mainline, we're looking at delivery by the fourth quarter of this year.
2023?
2023.
It'll be a done deal.
Yes.
Okay, what about the situation of insecurity? I know Sulai touched on that earlier, with the issue of banditry and all of that. Has that been factored in, especially with the funds made available so far? Because I don't want to believe that you'll set up these gas pipelines without considering or factoring in, security in any way for this pipelines.
So security was factored in ab initio from beginning. Only the dimensions increasing, but we are working with the military and supporting them to ensure that the crews work, especially in the red zone areas of the project. So it's been a continuous process with the security, but we are surmounting the challenges, and that's why we are still moving with the project.
Will there be deployment of technology?
Yes, we are deploying specialist technology for security at the moment, but those are under strict wraps because of the implications. Yeah.
This hopes to serve Nigeria and Nigerians. Are you also thinking in the long run to look at service to other neighboring African countries?
So the Nigeria Gas Master Plan has major backbone infrastructure. You know, the helps that goes to Lagos, the OB3 that connects the east and west. AKK is taking it to the north. At the moment, we have the West African gas pipeline system, which already takes it to up to Ghana. And
Ghana?
Yes. So Togo, Benin, Ghana, they're taking gas through the WAGP system. There's Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline that is also at the feed stage, which takes it from Nigeria all the way along the coast to Morocco. So those are big projects that are on the way massive. It's a very long
Indeed
project.
big. Well, we hope we will not have a situation where there won't be gas in Nigeria, but there'll be gas in other surrounding countries like Ghana, Togo. Like
Then
we're questioning now.
We'll bring Seyi Omotowa back then.
But let's say thank you very much, Seyi
Thank you.
Omotowa, MD of Nigeria Gas Company Limited. We're looking forward to this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.